Besides the incident that happened last night, that I thought my MacBook died on me, which made me really, really clinically depressed. Even though I didn't feel anything, I was just really frustrated. I just thought that Scully, you should probably just share why you have been. How am I gonna say this? Clinically depressed, or but yet suicidal. So, what you actually see here in the thumbnail, since I didn't have the darn mental state to continue with my One Piece reactions for the ones that may be interested in it, this is an image of Robin during her childhood that actually has gotten hit by a tomato by some random kids in her home island, so to speak. And let's just say that she got caught a monster and being seen at fault just because those kids actually have attacked her, so to speak. And for me personally, this is kind of how it was like for me. Not, well, except for the tryhard part, but this happened recently. I actually have been blamed by a lot of people because a lot of people, let's just say, they tend to thinking that I'm racist, right? Even though I did lash out some like hurtful words in the past and saying I just, hate. This is gonna be a trigger warning. People that were white because of how they basically mistreated me because since I'm black, I'm seen as a criminal, that I'm not educated. And I even had like some comments that they told me I should go pick up cottons in the field and that they would like to rape me just because I'm black, so to speak. This actually happened, let's just say, on I'm gonna hate saying this, on a site, a sick site. Really, people are kind. They're called Omegle, right? And let's just say a lot of people that are white that literally said that to me. It really gave me a lot of trauma because I had a bad experience of people of a different race than me that mistreated me because I'm black, and I only felt comfortable around people that were black because they basically were kind to me. And a lot of people that were white and Hispanic, they didn't like me just because I'm darker skinned and they assumed that I was smoking marijuana all the time. This didn't happen to just one person, like a handful. And I actually, kind of went through a little phase of being xenophobic, or better yet, when it comes to American terms, racist, right? Because of how I was treated. And I wasn't seen as a normal human being like everyone else. And I was even envious of people that were white as well because, oh, they're seen as beautiful and they can actually have friends and they don't have depression. I know that's stupid to say, but let's just say that, I just got comments that, oh, I cannot help you. I don't want to be friends with you and you're out of luck. And a lot of them were from like that ethnicity. I guess it happened out of coincidence, right? And let's just say that a handful of people basically, well, there's a couple of people on YouTube in the past that were friends with each other, including with other people. They would be fine with calling me, I'm gonna hate saying this, the ER word, okay? It's the slavery term. I'm not saying it because I don't like it, okay? The other term, NIGGA, that's not really I mean, I don't like that word, but it's not as bad as the NIGGE, I don't like that term. And the thing is that one of the boys, right? Because they were both boys, I believe. One was Hispanic that actually, was a big bully. Plus, he was tall. I never met him, but let's just say that he would threaten to attack me and saying, "I'll beat you up." That's because you're tiny. And he would call me a virgin boy when I am a virgin. I don't see what's wrong with that. He would call me an orangutan. He would call me, let's just say, yeah, the N word, right? And I felt traumatized that he literally would have said that. I still got screenshots of what he said to me. I still do, because he done this for a long time. He would harass me over online, and he would actually have his friends supporting him to actually harass, yet cyberbully me, and it gave me a lot of trauma. Because I was to blame that, oh, I'm racist. I did say some awful words myself, right? But the thing is out of trauma because they encouraged this to the point they would have a lot of people attacking me for no odd reason. And a lot of people would just say comments about, oh, you know what? You're just a black boy that basically just as like a clown, and you actually don't have a life whatsoever, and you be living in your mom's basement when you turn 40, and you will have no money in your bank account. And they even made um, memes about me as well. Like, I can't explain this. I would actually have like yellow teeth showing, and I'll make like a weird face, right? It really traumatized me to the point like, wow, is this what people online act, especially if they're from a different race than I am? I think that's why I got a little bit scared that, oh, if someone's white and Hispanic, they would be the same way, because, well, a handful of them did this to me. And that's why I felt inferior, just because of my skin color. And I don't want that. I don't want to be racist either. I know I'm not. It's just that trauma made me, like, this twitch is saying, oh, you know what? Your whole so-called kind done this to me. Because, oh, you basically see blacks as slaves and criminals, and that basically would sack their pants. And it's the stereotypes are just awful. They are. The thing is, when it comes to being an American, I had a lot of horrible comments from people. This is probably why I don't like being black as well. I should have said that in the title, but this is kind of why that I don't like how the way I grew up. A lot of people would assume, and this is a half of them, Hispanics too, that, oh, do you smoke weed? That's because I'm black, right? Because I'm guessing they got that stereotype that, oh, if you're black, then you're Jamaican. Okay, there's only like 3 million, I don't know how many Jamaicans out there. There's like only like 2.5 million, right? And not to mention, not all Jamaicans are full black either. They would literally assume that I would smoke marijuana. That's because my eyes may be red. That's because I used to walk outside all the time in the heat. Even though I would bring water with me because I like the heat. And they would say, oh, you look drugged out. It gets really assaulting because, oh, since I'm black, you tend to thinking that I will smoke marijuana. If I did, I would probably would have gotten killed for being ran over, because I probably would be on the street by now. You never know, right? I'll probably be dancing and taking my clothes off, and you never know if a car is going to hit me. I'm dead. I don't know, right? I don't even want to know either. And I even had incidents of basically workers at a couple grocery stores would tell me, put your backpack up, or I want to see your backpack. Why would I get in the store? While other customers, they would actually have their purses and backpacks with them as well. It really gave me a lot of trauma, because you're trying to like bring attention towards me. I want the public, especially for some of my size. Like, why do you thinking I would steal something, right? I mean, I just want to go on the store just to get some groceries, or at least to cool off for a bit. And you basically wanted to tell me that I'll be stealing. And if I remember one of the incidents, this actually happened at a ranch market, which is a Mexican grocery store that we actually have down the street where I live. I don't want to expose too much, because someone is going to be exposing my address. This is why I don't want to show my face. Even though I did this once on a One Piece reaction, I just want to assure that because of all the harassment I faced. I actually encountered the manager. I'm guessing the main man that I don't think he owns the place, but a manager, right? Like, he's in charge of the store or something. The thing is, he was Mexican himself. I'll never forget what he said to me. He said, okay, you gotta get out, right? Like, leave the store. Just because I'm dark-skinned and I had a Jordan's backpack that I borrowed from my nephews because I didn't have a backpack at the time, and I just want to walk around the store just to cool off. He immediately told me to leave the store. And I felt disgusted that, oh, okay, since I'm black then, I'm just inferior towards you. Like, thanks a lot. And the other incident happened at a Fry's, which is a grocery store that we actually have here in my state. It was a white, I don't think she's middle age. She's just an older, female security guard, right? She told me, put your backpack right next to the door. When clearly, I don't feel safe to do that, because someone can snatch it, and my stuff in it will be gone, as you would see other people bringing their purses or even backpacks with them, and you would racially profile me for no reason. That was the second incident that actually has happened. And for the third incident, was that I actually encountered a Mexican security guard. He was Hispanic, okay? Just to make this simple, because the thing is, where I'm from, most people that are Hispanic here are Mexican. That's why I'm using that term. He actually literally told me to see my backpack. Like, no questions asked. He literally walked up to me and told me, I want to see your backpack. That's because I wanted to rearrange my backpack, since I bought my Nintendo Switch and was getting a controller. That way I could actually play, let's just say Smash Brothers while I take the bus back home. Because before the rules changed, when we actually had to pay for the bus, we could take the bus for free here. Okay, because it's because of COVID. So yeah, we actually had that. I missed that policy because it'd be much better just to, get home safer, right? Because I don't want to pay like $2 every time just to take the bus. But the thing is that I just told him, like, I want to get my backpack and I want to leave. I felt so unsafe. And I wish I saw the video. I still even recorded it of what actually has happened, that I was tipping toeing, over the empty, item section, because I'm guessing they were cleaning out the store because there was no items over there. And he literally assumed that I was stealing when I even had it on video that I was not stealing. And then for the fourth and last incident that I got racially profiled was a fake acquaintance of mine, right? We were going to, I think it was a 7-Eleven store. There is this, I think it was Middle Eastern. I'm not sure. He was either Middle Eastern or no. I think it's Mediterranean, right? It's hard to tell. I think he may be Persian. So let's just say Persians are Arab, right? Yeah, okay. I hope I'm not like getting this wrong, because I believe he's Arab, which means he's Persian. The thing is that I hope. Sorry about that. I'm sure Persians are Arab, right? Please correct me. But the thing is that when we actually walk inside, the Persian worker, he immediately told me, put your backpack down right next to the door. When, let's just say, like 2 minutes later, right? I think it was a minute later. This didn't happen for long, right after the incident actually has happened. I think it was 2 minutes later. The thing is that there is a middle-aged white man that actually have walked in the store, because he actually had a hiking backpack, because I could definitely tell that it's a backpack that you would actually put water in because of the tubes, right? I can definitely tell, because his backpack was practically the same size as my backpack. And he basically looked at him as he was browsing over the beverage section. I think it was the alcohol section, right? He didn't say a word. Well, why? Right when I was inside the store, he just told me to put your backpack up. And I even filmed him, and I told him, don't be racist. And I said it in French, bonne nuit and merci, right? Just because I have Cajun French descent myself, thanks to my grandfather, because he inspired me to actually study and speak French. My French isn't that good, by the way, because I don't speak like European French. I speak more like Canadian French. I basically felt humiliated because, since I'm black, then I'm always seen as a criminal. That I would go into the store, I will steal something. Not to mention, since I'm really short, you expect me to thinking that I would steal something? How do I explain this? I'm not even a child. I'm a grown adult, right? And I felt embarrassed because that was the fourth incident that I've been racially profiled. And I think that's why I hate being black, because, this is how it's like in the United States. Like, I'm not treated the same. That's why I feel like, Scully, you should just hate white people because they don't like you. They only see you as inferior just because of, your ancestors, I guess, that were slaves, and that you basically are seen as ghetto, and you're just way different than them. I even said to someone that I hate whites because this is how I was treated. I don't want to feel that way. I never acted that way either. But with all the trauma and being seen this way and being called the N-word, it makes me thinking, wow, if this is what the whole race is like, this is not right. I think that's why I had an incident that I was afraid to talk to someone that was Caucasian, because they may treat me the same way. And I'm just thinking, like, wow, don't talk to me. Because I feel like you're going to harass me and say something to me. I know that's not right because I'm already stereotyping that every single white person's this way. But when you encounter, like, a handful, you started to become that. You started to thinking this is how they act, right? Like, I haven't met one person that's white that sees me as a human being. I'm thinking, okay, Scully, this is what this whole race acts, right? And I know that's not true, but with my trauma, it says otherwise. It's as though if you are homophobic, right? You thinking that every gay man would rape you, that would just force you to have sex with them, and are flamboyant. We're not like that, thankfully. Even though you don't have to believe me, of course, because even I hate some gay men myself because I've been forced to actually have sex and just having to be masculine. I'm not that way. I'm not. Plus, I'm asexual as well, and I even feel I don't belong in the gay community because it seems like all gay men just want sex. That's it. Because I'm a normal, kind-hearted. Okay, I don't like to use that word. I guess you could say normal, right? Like this, a gay man that doesn't follow those stereotypes. That I know that he's not gonna harass me. He's not dangerous to be around, because I had incidents of people that were in the gay community that, well, sexually harassed me and whatnot. It's not pretty, and being molested and raped when I was younger as well. It gave me a lot of trauma on thinking this is how the gay community is. They all care about sex, drugs, and, well, they are even racist themselves because I met a handful that didn't like me that were black either. So that's why I'm thinking, like, wow, this is what white people are, or this is what Hispanics are. I know this is a trigger warning, but I'm just sharing this from my experience because this happens when well, I'm black, but I guess you can call me African American as well. It's really hard because I feel I'm out of place. Even though where I live, we have a lot of blacks here. We do. Okay, especially when it comes to, like, I guess you could say Ethiopians or Nigerians. Like, you talk about, like, Africans. Okay, not just blacks. It's hard to explain it. But, I just basically haven't been, I just felt I'm different. I mean, as a human being, like, these whites are aliens because, they're superior. They don't have any problems. They don't have depression. They have never been poor before. I know this is so awful me saying this because I've been mistreated by a lot of people of that background or skin pigment, and they didn't even want to be friends with me. They didn't want to show any kindness, and I'm just thinking in my head that, Scully, this is what white people are. They feel superior about themselves. And also the reason why I want to share this as well is because I even seen incidents, especially when COVID was really bad, that a lot of people have seen that were white. I know this is awful me saying this. Okay, I'm just seeing this. I'm just sharing this by experience of where I live. I would see a lot of white people that would not wear face masks. Okay, and thinking, oh, you know what? I have a mental condition. I don't need to wear one. And they would get so defensive just because they were not being so concerned about other people that could catch COVID. And I would see other people like me that are black, especially Asian, that would be wearing face masks, right? And I'm just thinking, like, wow, this is how white people are? They're not only carers for Kevin's, but they also basically could care less if they get someone COVID. Like, okay, this is how the white race is. They're sick, right? If you're white, I deeply apologize about this. I'm just, once again, sharing my experience of why I feel this way, because I've seen this happening a lot. I'm starting to thinking, like, wow, this is how a whole damn race is. Like, I know you're trying to say not all of us are like that. Well, where's the proof? I mean, obviously not all, but, like, I keep seeing it, and my brain's being convinced that, okay, this is how a lot of white people act, especially here in the U.S. It sickens me. Especially all of the public freakout videos I've seen of people that were white that doesn't wear a face mask. I mean, same thing for blacks and other races, whatever. Asians as well. But, like, as I noticed that the majority were white, apparently. And I'm just thinking, wow, this is how white people act. Because they're so full of themselves. Because, well, they just tend to think that they're the best race there is. Honestly, I just don't understand that. Maybe that's why they don't have a month like us blacks, like Black History Month, or even Hispanic Heritage Month, or even Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Because, oh, you know what? Whites don't need that because, well, the truth is, even though whites definitely deserve their own month as well, heck, I would even consider like March, like White Heritage Month because of St. Patrick's Day. But I love St. Patrick's Day. I even have my Irish outfit of it. The thing is that whites actually have not faced discrimination themselves. It's kind of true though, or better yet, not, or nowhere near as much. Let's just say that you're a minority, right? You don't know how it's like if you're being racial profiled frequently. You're seen as a lower human being just because of your skin pigment. That's why I'm just thinking like, okay, white people don't have problems because they lie. Yeah, I know this is so sick of me saying this, but with me growing up, after what has happened to me on those grocery stores and even being told, oh, you know what, I can't be friends with you just because you're black, I think I got told by someone that was white once that told me they don't want to be friends with me just because I'm dark. And I'm thinking, wow, okay, if this is the truth, then I'll just have to avoid your whole race completely then. I'll still be kind to you, but if this is the case, then like why should I even be friends with you if you ask me to be friends then? That's why I felt like this, because this is how it's like. It's I just don't understand why racism is such a thing. It made me brainwashed into thinking like, Scully, this is how white people, even some Hispanics, act towards you because they just see you as inferior. They dehumanize you just because, oh, you're kind, so to speak, have been slaves and are just seen as this lower than. I don't know. I deeply apologize. This was offensive. I understand this. Feel free to dislike. You can't see the dislikes thanks to YouTube's stupid system now. I just want to share this because I've been holding this in for a while. And I even felt bad that I lashed out to someone telling them that they're a white devil or something just because, oh, you know what? You just didn't like me just because I'm black and that you don't have problems. Because you don't even like show it to me that you do. You just care about yourself. That was so wrong of me saying that. But I was just so upset. I just can't take it anymore. So I just had to share this because it's hard being a black American. It is. Okay, I have been treated fairly recently, but let's just say when you're racially profiled, what's at the thrice? I can't think of a word. Let's just say fourth. Okay, when you're racially profiled for the fourth time, you started to thinking like, what the heck am I doing wrong? Like, why am I being hated? That's because I'm dark. I don't understand it. And I find it even funny that people saying black people are beautiful. What black people? Okay, I know that's obvious, but like you gotta show me. Because let's just say one thing I forgot to share before I cut this off is that I hear all the time that people don't like blacks, so to speak. Even in Europe, actually I should have made a video about that as well. That I would read comments when people would do videos of like walking throughout Europe, like in Paris or even maybe in Berlin, somewhere around there. Heck, even maybe Birmingham in the United Kingdom. They would say, oh, you know what, this is what blacks did. Or is becoming like Africa or something. And I'm just thinking, is this how Europeans are? Even though, at least in the Netherlands, they are supportive of mixed couples, right? Because the Netherlands is like technically like one of the most diverse countries of Europe besides the United Kingdom. I'm just thinking, why do you hate us? I don't understand it. Literally. I know because of, I'm guessing the immigration or something, because of how those people that are like my skin color would force their beliefs on people of that country. Those people I don't like. But let's just say that I really wanted to practice the British culture myself, or even the Dutch culture, and I don't belong. That's because I'm black. I'm just thinking, okay, if this is how it's like, I'll just stay away from Europe. You know, like, okay, if I'm hated for being black, why should I even bother visiting? If someone I talk with is from Europe, I'll just get away from them because, oh, they told me that Europe is becoming like Africa. It hurts reading that. It really does hurt. So I just had to just get this off my system because I do hate my skin color sometimes. I do. Okay, I have suicidal thoughts. Well, I did earlier this morning, and I still am. Um, I just want to be treated like everyone else, but apparently that's not gonna happen. So I hope this wasn't too much